Jared or Dennis should read the ads because,
So it's not the same
person.
Hey!
We're talking about it.
I'm sure he did.
Hello, Cochise County. Welcome back to another episode of the Cool FM Live Sports Show, your local source for everything happening on and off the field. I'm your host, Jon Berger. With me today is Coach Jared Young.
It's time, baby. It's time. I got to wear the colors this week.
Okay.
Let's go. It's football season.
We got Coach
Officially.
Dennis. And unfortunately, fortunately for him, we've got an empty seat over here. God bless you, Julian. He's off at school, ASU. We'll be back with a little bit more of that later. So.
Yeah.
All right, Little League is over and football is on the way. So this week It's 1 week throughout the season where we don't have any sports highlights. so
1 week, folks. Only 1 week.
Yeah, it's only 1 week, but we've got some great news. We've got a tribute to our fourth chair over there, and we've got some previews. So before we dive in, Jared?
Well, since we have no usual sections this week, we're going to see some sponsors talked about, and we'll shout them out again later. But big thanks out always to Eagle Plumbing, ALLO Fiber, and Fyzical Balance Center.
Also, we have some new sponsors coming in just in time, getting ready for football season and our big announcement that we have coming up later on the show. So these sponsors jumping in right at the right time. So today we're going to welcome Prestige Remodeling and Restoration.
Love it.
Ooh, yeah.
I love them.
Yes. Also, big shout out to ALLO Fiber, and welcome them to the show as well as also Seniors Helping Seniors. So
Very
you saw
cool.
them in the intro and the logo right there on our desk. But they come to our show as our presenting sponsor. So huge shout out to all of those sponsors and companies and keeping the show going. Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, ALLO Fiber, and Seniors Helping Seniors.
All right. So searching for a like-minded friend to help tackle chores and tasks. Do you seek a companion to join you in hobbies and activities? At Seniors Helping Seniors, they're caregivers, seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations on a schedule that meets your needs, including overnight. See how they can help today or make a difference by joining the Senior Helping Seniors caregiver family. Their teams consist of mature, compassionate adults who thrive on assisting and connecting with other wonderful individuals. Check them out at southernarizonaSHS.com or call 520-487-4246.
Awesome.
And also, as Dennis mentioned, ALLO Fiber is powering our internet connection here today at the Cool FM Live studio. Or they will be soon. Are we hooked up yet, Dan?
September 1st.
All right,
September
September 1st. There's the official date of connection.
We got to get a Dan cam.
Beep,
We
beep,
need. I think
beep.
we need ALLO Fiber connection to make that work.
Oh, yeah.
See, we need that
See?
speed. So coming soon.
I see where you went there. That's nice. That was good. Good one.
That's good for excited chatter.
Hey,
What we got going on?
Man, look at we're getting the sponsors, folks. I mean, look at us. We're just
Dude, we're so
we
grateful.
continue to give these people in Cochise County what they want as far as a show, and that's how things happen. That's how people come through and say, hey, we want to see you really keep this thing going, and we're excited about football season. We can't wait. You guys do a great job of coverage, and we're the best, so we're going to keep rocking and rolling, and you guys supporting us, we will do our very best to keep everything professional and going in the right direction for these kids in Cochise County.
Yeah, and speaking of these kids in Cochise County, we got some great kids, some great student athletes, great teams all throughout the county. We've been making our rounds, the Cool FM sports team here throughout the county, visiting with schools, visiting with athletic directors and football coaches, making sure everything is in place for our revolutionary high school football coverage this year. It's going to be awesome. So we're getting a feel for it and getting all the teams and players, ready for it. And everybody's just really excited about starting their football football season. Obviously, coaches are excited to coach their players. Players are excited to get out there on the field and get after it. And we're excited to be able to cover these games and bring that coverage to you in a way that we haven't seen before.
There's a possibility that we could be covering up to 3 days of football. So you've got, you bring, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Of course, Friday,
Right.
but then
Saturdays,
sometimes
too.
Saturday. So
Right.
Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So we're going to cover everything that comes out of Cochise County.
Absolutely. Excited to see it. And in fact, in meeting with some of these athletic directors and football coaches around the county, we did some interviews with them to kind of let them explain, their expectations for this upcoming season.
So first up, we have an interview with the Douglas AD and head coach and a few players. So let's get to the video on that.
Hello, Sierra Vista and Cochise County. It's Coach Baker here with Cool FM Live Sports. I have a very special guest with me today. We're at a very special place, Douglas High School. As you can see the logo back here, we're in Douglas talking about Douglas High School sports. And we have some exciting things on the horizon for Douglas. I'm here and I have the athletic director, Miss Maria Trenta. Is that how you say the name?
Trinta, yes.
Trenta. And she's going to be telling us about Douglas sports.
Our students are student athletes, but first it comes to being a student
Yeah.
where they represent with honor, integrity, and a commitment to our community as well.
Yeah. And they've done a great job. And I have to say, you've done a great job, your coaches as well. So let me hear from some of the senior players, or are you a senior?
Yes, sir, I'm a senior.
All right,
Yep.
You could take that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, tell us a little bit about your season last year.
Obviously, our season last year, we went 5-5. I think we placed second in our region. We lost to Saurita in the region championship. So I feel like this upcoming year, I feel like just improving, building chemistry, obviously, and just passing our record last year.
All right, that's nothing wrong with that. All right, and I'm sorry, what's your name and what position do you play?
My name is Ivan Agueda, and I play quarterback.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got the quarterback here first.
Yes, sir.
That's so he's the one with all the answers. Okay.
My name is Matt Hudson. I'm an upcoming junior as well, and I play receiver and safety.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you play on the varsity team last year as well?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
How did you feel about how you played, and then how you feel about going into this year?
I think I did pretty good, but obviously not as good as I once wanted to be. I think I have a lot of room for improvement still, and I think I proved that this offseason by working hard, and I'm excited for this upcoming season.
All right. That seems like a common thing. Everybody's excited. Let's hear from Coach. Give it up for Coach.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on last season and going on to this season?
Obviously, like the guys said, we started off a little bit slow last year, but we bounced back. We played really hard at the end. We just came up just a little bit short, but it's a credit to these guys' resiliency. And, we carried that into the offseason. We don't want to feel like how we did this last season again. We lost a pick, our big rivalry game last year, and, we're aiming to reclaim that and then make a run in the region. There's no other atmosphere like that in Arizona, I think, for football. You're going to get 3,000 to 4,000 fans in the stands, and for a small town community like ours to have that many people show up and that kind of support, the type of history we have in that game, it's been running. This is the second oldest rivalry in the country.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Been playing that game since 1906,
Whoa.
6 years before Arizona was even a state. So we're really proud, and we take that game really seriously. So we want to win it.
Yeah, that is a big game. That's definitely the biggest game in Cochise County.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing that you guys play in that game, and then in outside of that game and moving forward into the season. How do you feel about your schedule? I know some of the teams in the county have already gotten their schedules. There's kind of mixed reviews about whether they're too tough or too easy, depending on your region. How do you feel about where you are and your schedule?
It's a tougher schedule. It's different teams, but you know what? We're ready for the challenge. At the end of the day, you got to go out there and play. You got to show what you got.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter who's going to line up against us. We're going to give it everything we got. And we're going to see what happens at the end.
Good. Hey, that's the right attitude to have. You got to play who's ever playing.
That's it.
So good job. We look forward to seeing you guys. I thank you guys for joining us today.
I should say that these students, some of them are also part of our Student Leadership Council, which I'm really proud. These kids work really hard in the court, out of the court, in their classrooms to maintain a 3.5 or better. So I'm really proud of their accomplishments, not only to go to state, but also as students athletes here in Douglas High School, representing Douglas.
Great job. I'll give it up for you guys. So I thank you all for meeting with us today and representing your school and your athletic director and your coaches very well. Very well spoken, very good answers. I just love the energy that you guys have, and we'll all be looking forward to what Douglas Sports is going to be doing this year.
Sure, thank you. Thank you for coming out here.
I'm Coach Baker. This is Cool FM Live Sports. We'll see you next time.
Wow.
And you can watch that full interview with those guys. There was some more coaches, there was more players, more comments and stuff like that. You can catch that full interview on the Facebook page, the Cool FM Live Sports page, where you could check out that full interview.
That's pretty incredible to see all those kids come through and
Lots of big smiles too.
have a lot of interviews.
They're keeping
and
them real happy. They're keeping them busy.
hats off to Maria Trenton, the AD, for keeping things exciting and keeping the kids focused with their academics first. That's huge for me.
Yeah, they had a lot of good things. She had mentioned or in the interview that last season their sports overall, all of their teams were competitive at the state championship or state playoff level, which that's a big deal. And you could just tell from her and her coaches that they're motivated and excited about their teams this year, and that they really care about their sports in Douglas. So shout out to Douglas High School.
Yeah.
Well, let's give a quick shout out to another one of our sponsors on the show today. Let's talk about Fyzical Balance Center. Fyzical Balance Center is a much more than your typical physical therapy clinic. At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, they focus on improving your quality of life by using a holistic, whole-body approach to connect your diagnosis with a customized plan of care. Opened by Dr. Tap DeWong of Tap Into Wellness, loving your life with Dr. Tap at Fyzical Balance Center in Sierra Vista. Next up, we have another discussion with the head football coach and AD at Benson to talk about the upcoming season with the Bobcats.
Very cool.
Hello, everybody. Coach Baker here, and I am once again in a very special place with a special guest here. I am at Benson High School, and I have Coach Rasmussen, the football coach of Benson football. Coach Ras is what they call him. So,
Yes,
what's your outlook for this season? Have you seen your schedule yet? Do you have any projections?
Yeah, we project a little bit different than some people in the area have projected us to go. It's a pretty tough schedule. Max Preps has us as the fourth hardest schedule in the region.
Wow.
So we definitely are going to attack it, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to play the best of the best because that's really where you get to see who you are. I think our kids are primed for it. They're ready to go. We just want to compete, and we want to compete with the best because that's what we're striving for, is to be the best. And best way to be the best is to beat the best.
I hear you. You have your eye on any freshmen that are coming in that got your attention already?
Well, so I'm an offensive line guy by heart, and that's where I love it. And we had I saw the offensive line walk in from 8th grade, and they're all looking me in the eye. At least 3 of them are, and they're tough, and they're gritty, and they want it. They're all wrestlers, which is a great thing to cross over with. So I think our offensive line the next few years is going to be really, really stout, and then it's just building and stacking from there. So we're very excited. We had 22 freshmen from 8th grade come join football. So that gave us a big boost.
That is. Well, thank you, Coach, for taking some time out. I know you want to get after it.
Yes, sir.
and get on the field and practice with those guys. We're looking forward to what you're going to be able to do this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes. So next I'll talk to the athletic director of here at Benson High. And we just talked to your football coach.
Yeah.
He's excited about this season. He's excited about the growth and the foundation that they've built. What are some of the other sports that are going on here at Benson? What were some of your highlights from last year?
So we've had it. Benson's on the rise in every sport. We've put a lot of focus this summer and in the spring on our weight room. Raz leads that, so everybody's primed and ready to go. Our volleyball team's looking great. Went down, beat a couple of 4 or 5A teams this past weekend in the Victory fundraising tournament. Pretty excited about what they're bringing. They're spending a lot of time in the weight room. We got a new soccer coach. He's coming out and never been a head coach, but he's very passionate and it's fun to see. There's a lot going on. Basketball, girls and boys basketball doing well.
Had some pretty good basketball players, boys and girls, lately. I know last year as well too. So much to be excited about.
Well, look out for the girls' side. We like you said, with the boys coming out with the The football players, the boys, the girls are really strong.
Yeah.
Girls are strong. They're really helping the freshmen are coming in. Got some girls have been playing club volleyball, and they play basketball too. And they won both the CAC middle school championships in both of those sports too. So look out for the girls.
Okay.
And I'm a girl coach. I coached
Okay.
softball for a long time.
Okay. Is there any one team here that you think drives or has a chance for like a state championship or maybe a region championship?
I'm looking to football. I'm looking to volleyball.
Okay.
I think girls basketball's got a good shot, and our boys basketball's coming on too. We had a really great freshman class last year. I'm excited to see what the freshmen are going to do, adding to the boys basketball side. Coach Montijo does a really wonderful job making.
Looking forward to seeing what you guys are gonna do in sports. So
Yep.
thank you for meeting with us today.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. And that's all.
Wow, man.
Again, that full video, that full interview with the AD and football coach there will be on the Facebook page, Cool FM Live Sports. Go ahead and check that out, especially if you're a Benson fan, Benson athlete. Another school in Cochise County that we're going to be really excited about showing all of their football games and have full coverage of them this season as well.
We love Benson. We were just talking about it, and we were just saying, man, Benson's going to be so much fun to watch this year. We love the AD and all the coaches.
Great facilities.
And Douglas, of course, but we had those interviews and great relationships, great people over there. So,
Another shout out coming up to you from Jared, the commercial guy here. We want to also thank Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service to Cochise County for over 50 years. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. There's just one call away. Eagle Plumbing, a proud sponsor of local sports and athletes. And you can get the, what do they call it, the Dan or the Bob? The Bob?
Oh, the Bobby.
The Bobby.
Do the Bobby.
Do the Bobby. You find the Eagle Plumbing car and do the Bobby selfie.
Yep.
And you can get yourself some discounts from them if you need their services. So hats off again to Eagle Plumbing.
Yeah, shout out Eagle Plumbing. As we see, you guys notice, and those watching you notice, we have this empty chair here. Our host John alluded to it earlier.
Yep.
Julian Duran is not with us today. He's gone on to bigger and better things. I guess he's left Sierra Vista, graduated from Buena High School, and he's now attending Arizona State University.
We're gonna miss
as a
him.
Student. We're proud of this guy. He's going to be studying sports journalism. As we could see, he was a great fit here with the team. So, we're missing him. We didn't fill this chair up here for him today. We left it open for him to kind of represent him and kind of leave this space for him. But it was great having him while he was here. I could speak on him a little bit more because I was his basketball coach for the last few years at Buena. He was not only a great student athlete, a great player, but also had a lot of leadership qualities. He was one of those guys that coaches love to have because he's kind of no nonsense and he's going to help push the culture forward when it comes to hard work.
He's a smart kid.
Sacrifice.
I think you have the next Duran coming up this year.
Yeah, he has a young
Miguel might be a freshman.
No, he's got one more year.
Eighth
I think he's
grader,
an eighth
okay.
grader. Yeah.
So we got another Duran coming for Coach Baker.
Yeah.
gonna be
Julian
some-
was a great shooter. We've talked about it before. He actually had a game where he made 12 3-pointers in a game, set the record. So we'll see how long his name stays in the record books at Buena High School.
Gotta last a while. I mean, basketball doesn't change that much.
I mean, you gotta be really hot. So yes, he's in Phoenix, Arizona, but will always have his roots back here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. He's a Sierra Vista kid. He'll be back to join us as a special guest here whenever he has the opportunity. So we'll look forward to that. But I think we have some clips of Julian, maybe some highlight or maybe some bloopers. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. We'll see.
Give him a little shout out, a little tribute to Julian here today.
Yeah.
You want to
Foaming at the mouth to talk. Can we talk about some basketball?
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
Just so many aspects of it. Just the guys that you've been growing up with all your life, just hooping with them. Like these are your best friends. Like it's a brotherhood that we have there. Not the most traditional way to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. So like Jared always says, put the ball in play and
Play
see
catch.
what you can do. Yeah, play some catch.
Like catch.
Hey, the first day, yes, my mom was the cameraman. So yeah.
Hey, way to go.
We have a new segment that we're going to introduce called the buzzer beater. And we're going to give you about 60 seconds to go over a topic. We're going to have the buzzer beater NBA playoff edition today. So we have our NBA expert, Julian Duran, who's going to be the first one to participate on the buzzer beater, and he's going to break down everything we need to know about the NBA playoffs thus far.
Okay, so to start off, we have the Pacers and Bucks. Game 1, Pacers absolutely destroyed the Bucks without Damian Lillard, but he will be back for Game 2. We have the Celtics and Magic. I was thinking the Magic would be a kryptonite for the Celtics. It was not. They won the last 17. We have the Cavaliers and the Heat. It was close through 3 quarters, but Cavs were able to beat out the Heat. And then we have a Warriors-Rockets game that was pretty close all the way through. The 2-7 matchup with the Warriors and Rockets. Warriors able to defend home court, even without Jimmy in Game 3. A few little scuffles in there.
Yeah.
Do you have anything NBA-wise?
Well, this week was opening week for free agency, so a lot of things happened.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, he had that 12-point burst by himself,
yeah.
and the Thunder couldn't do anything
They
about
can't
it.
guard him. I'm like, it makes you wonder, should he play more?
Yes.
McConnell.
Of course he should.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Their management said they're not dealing with a big man problem anymore. They're gonna have big
Obviously
man.
not.
And yeah, you could see it.
So yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything like these two said. In terms of my future, I'm going to ASU to major in sports journalism and hopefully become a sports broadcaster.
Nice. And to be clear, Julian didn't die.
I was like, man, I was hurting my heart when listening to music. I'm like, goodness. I'm like, what are we doing here?
One, it was good. And
I
do have two.
had to get a piece of Kleenex, folks. I'm not lying. I'm like, what are we doing here? What?
Right, yeah.
No, man, we love our boy.
Of an angel.
You guys do the school zone previews. You gotta go back.
Oh, no.
Hey, we're
so
going there. We're going there.
Jared's going to hit this for us real
So
quick.
with that, hey,
Shout out
we'll see
Julian.
you. You'll be back soon. We'll see you in a couple
I
of weeks.
got to say this too. On that little tribute clip, we talked about it, how we could see the growth of Julian as a analyst and as a journalist from his first show to his last.
Yeah, you see him
And-
mature
yeah.
on screen.
Yep,
Haircut
absolutely.
change.
Got a little
got the
spiffy,
swag going. And
got more confident on the mic and in front of the camera, and
Absolutely.
could talk his talk. So hopefully he continues that, and he's gonna be doing great things. So
Shoot, that guy's gonna have a podcast by the end of the year.
man,
You know that.
he'll be on ESPN
ASU.
soon.
Yeah.
He'll be on ESPN.
So over the next few weeks here in Cochise County before football, we're gonna have more interviews dropping from schools all over the county. And so make sure you follow Cool FM Live Sports page and tune in to this show every Saturday to get the full feel of what's coming up in our football season. So like we're going to be all like I said, we're going to be into all corners of Cochise County.
Speaking of that football season, I know, man, you're getting me all pumped up. So yeah, what can we say?
Hold him back, folks.
They have
No,
to
let her
turn
go.
my mic down. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Probably nobody knows this in the viewers, but they have to turn my mic way down because I never shut up and I get way too loud when it comes to football. So we're going to be covering all of Cochise sports. Are we getting to the point where, this is a big deal?
All football for sure.
All football,
which has
right?
never been done.
We're gonna give this thing a big dive in. We're gonna really do what we need to do to make sure you guys understand what's coming. We're not gonna give you everything. We're gonna let you lead into what things are gonna come to look like in the next few weeks.
We're not telling you what everything is just yet, but in the very near future, if you think you've seen Friday Night Lights before, buckle up. This season is going to be different in a big way. We've been working on something behind the scenes that's going to change the way we watch high school football. We can't drop all the details yet, but let's just say that it's going to blow you all away. So, Yeah, we're really excited. Do we have a video, Dan?
I do.
All right. Let's see what this looks like.
He stays on the sideline. Keeps the feet going.
Number 3 at
What do we got?
Long pass in the hands. And touchdown, Maria.
To Hively.
For the first touchdown for the St. David offense.
With the scoop and score.
Wow. He stays on the sideline. Keeps the feet going.
How about it, folks? I mean, jeez.
That is so
Just a little
cool.
smidge.
Oh, the cool zone. I'm so excited.
Wow.
Yeah, for people that are fans of, Cochise County sports, especially football, you're going to eat this up. I mean, not only are we, proposing to cover every game in the county. So whether your favorite team is Buena, Tombstone, Bisbee, Douglas, Benson, no matter what, your game and your team is going to get covered, and you're going to be able to watch those games here on Cool FM Live. But not only that, you could somehow sit back and watch all of the games. Check highlights from the Benson game if you're watching the Bisbee game and different things like that. Definitely changing the way that we've consumed high school football up to this point, and you're going to get it first here on Cool FM Live in Sierra Vista, Arizona. It's amazing.
It really, really is. If you want to sponsor something like this, we can say it how great it's going to be, but you want to be in on the ground floor of this kind of stuff. That's the way I look at it. So,
yep.
Oh man,
it's going to be something to see. It's just a little preview right there with like 15 or 20 seconds. It's like, man.
Our producer Dan has figured it out, and like I said, we can't give you all the details, but just know you're going to be watching high school football in Cochise County in a way that you've never been able to before.
All right.
Man. So let's go to one more new sponsor joining us today on our sports show. Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, LLC of Sierra Vista has pioneered a visionary approach that empowers exceptional service, reinvigorating the fundamental principles of customer-centric service. As a licensed general contractor, including plumbing and electrical, they proudly cater to both commercial and residential needs. Visit them at prestigesierravista.com.
Well, very cool. So now we're gonna. Did you see that logo? That is, I want to say something. That Prestige logo is like one of my favorite logos.
That's a nice logo. It always has been.
That little star. Oh man.
It's good stuff.
So I'd like to talk about Bombs Away.
Man. So
end of an era, right?
Well, yeah, just Bombs Away got going in the mall, and it was an area that the kids went to. You could go in there anytime. 6 days.
Bombs Away is the batting cages.
Batting cages in the Sierra Vista Mall.
Yeah. For people that are familiar with it.
Huge location, and it was busy. That was the cool thing, was that there aren't a lot of places to do sports indoors in Sierra Vista. That's one of the things that and you could go there, you could get your baseball in, you could get golfing in. It was really cool. While they were there, it looks like they might be changing locations.
Yeah, like you said here, end of an era, because they were there for 6 years, I believe. Wow. So a lot of times in our city, when a business closes, it can be associated with a failure or something like that. But 6 years in business obviously shows a successful business, a great concept, a great opportunity for players to work with trainers and trainers to work with players, and really it's an impressive facility. All of these things. So from what we're hearing, it's not necessarily over. They're not necessarily closing, but they are going to be moving from the mall, looking for a different location. I know they got a few prospects that they're finalizing some details with. So they'll be backing up and going in no time. So for those that are wondering, or fans or people that use the facility, it's only going to be temporary. Yeah, they'll be back, I'm sure.
And some of our sponsors out there that are in the realty business, if you want to hit those guys up for some kind of commercial property or help them out to get this, keep this thing a wonderful opportunity for our athletes to keep going. So we're going to look into seeing an announcement for a new location that we can give them once they've gotten a little bit more solid ground, as we say, in their hunt for the best place to be able to offer these services to our athletes.
Yep.
And a message from them was to thank you to everyone who has supported us. We've loved being a part of your training, your teams, and your friendships. Stay tuned. We'll be back. So, that's a positive message and optimistic look at it.
I was going to say the optimism's there for sure.
For sure.
So, we have another wonderful announcement. It's a very exciting announcement. I ran across this on my phone randomly last Saturday. I was out and about with in a little excursion out in Wilcox, and I come up on this thing to vote for a young man, and I'm like, Fabian Hernandez, that sounds familiar. And he's a defensive lineman in Bisbee, playing for the Pumas currently. He's going to be a senior this year, and he is amongst one of the Arizona's top 25 linemen, and he is being recognized by SI, folks, otherwise known as Sports Illustrated, one of the largest sports. Yeah, you might have heard of that outfit's been doing a lot of things for a lot of years.
Used to be a magazine.
Yeah, it's probably still on the .com somewhere.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Yeah, and he's in the running for if he's going to be able to be the top lineman in Arizona, he's in the running for $25,000 prize.
Athlete of the year.
And the link is in our description. It'll be in
vote for him. Anybody from Cochise County that's up for something that prestigious, we just all need to support. It doesn't matter who your favorite team is, or whether you go to Bisbee or you know the kid or not. I actually know this kid a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's really good. He's so good. I'm surprised that I'm hearing about this award of being a defensive lineman, because I remember this kid when he was in middle school playing youth league football, and he could play any position. I'll put it that way. I mean, they were playing the kid at running back. Nobody could tackle him.
Yep.
On defense, he would always get all the tackles and everything. Then I heard, just recently that he was playing defensive tackle, and I'm like, what? I mean, he was always a little bit bigger than all the other kids, but I thought the kid was going to end up being like running back or something like that, because he was just so dominant. So it just shows you that these really, really athletic football players, like for them to get to the next level, Division I, or even to get to where this kid is, a top 5 defensive tackle, you could probably play any position.
Yeah,
and
you really
be successful
could.
at it.
Well, they always say that, like football players always start at running back. When you talk to college kids, almost every one of them played running back.
Yeah, all the good ones. Yeah, I played running back in high school. Or I played running back in middle school. And
OJ was a lineman before he was a running back. Played all those positions.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just fitting that he's one of those guys that, if he's up for this award, he could play at the next level, and there's no telling what position he could play. He could be a linebacker or a lot of different things. So shout out to Fabian Hernandez there, and wishing him all the best.
Yeah, so good luck to Fabian. And then speaking of, we have another athlete, a little bit younger athlete in the youth football era of Cochise County, more exclusive here in Sierra Vista. Jacob McPhee. One of my students over at Lehman Academy. Shout out to Lehman Royals. He is currently playing for the Colts, and he'll be on the 11U team or 10U team. And he'll be running back and fullback, and he's also a quarterback. And he's got some voting that he's trying to be the youth athlete of the year. From what I hear, he's in the top 5, and even might be in the top 4 at this point. If you go to athleteoftheyear.org, you'll see the link in the description. You can go vote for Jacob. And if you have never had a chance to see the young man play, get out there on Saturday mornings at Keith Hampton Stadium and watch him play. He's a real treat to watch. He's incredible. He's got good elusive movement side to side, and it's very quick when he hits the edge. He's one of those guys you get him out on the edge, it's over. He's gone down the sideline. All speed. He's very quick. Well, and is not afraid to take a hit. So, Jacob, good luck, and we're gonna vote as much as we can for you to get you.
These are prestigious.
He's
awards.
looking for $25,000.
This is no
award.
Little money to shake a stick at. This is $25,000 for.
I'll vote if he'll split it with me.
He's gonna have his school paid for. I mean, a good chunk of it right away if he gets this. So.
I mean, come on, Youth Athlete of the Year. Just think of the prestige that
Just
of
that, yeah,
title.
that title.
Yeah. Let me shout out a soccer camp. So
Yes.
fall rec soccer registration is now open. Calling all future soccer stars between 2008 and 2021. It's time to lace up your cleats and be ready for another amazing season. Maybe Jared should be reading this.
Good. Keep it up. You're
Season
fine.
2, early December. Early bird prices are $90 per player. It's $10. There's a $10 late fee if you screw up after August.
This Monday.
So pretty much, by
Yeah,
the time you
August
see
4th.
this,
So $10 discount for any additional siblings. You can call the City of Sierra Vista at 520-515-4999 or stop by 3401 East Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. They are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Do you want to coach? Get one free player registration and practice space each week. Email directors@coronadoac.com for more information on coaching. All right, there is more sports information we wanted to talk about really quick. Micah Parsons in the NFL. So it's
Demanding a trade.
preseason football is right here. So it's everybody's got to get their contract figured out or they don't get a contract.
as the Cowboy fan on here, I wouldn't expect anything different than the Cowboys to be in the news over something that's not on the field.
It's brutal.
It's just the standard way that we do things.
Yeah.
So
Zeke.
Every big time player at Dallas has these contract disputes. Like Jerry Jones, he has a weird way of doing things. It's probably his age, but it's always in the news. I mean, now it's Micah Parsons. It was CeeDee Lamb. It's Dak Prescott. Ezekiel. Tony Romo. It's always big news and stuff.
The biggest contract is always like a big problem for him to do.
I almost feel like he likes it that way because
Probably.
when he bought the Dallas Cowboys, he's turned it, into a $1 billion, enterprise that it is. And I think a lot of that is not because they won Super Bowls in the 90s. It's because of this Hollywood story.
Soap opera.
In the soap opera.
Right.
Soap opera.
That's really
So
what it is.
I don't think
They're like the Lakers of the NFL.
They are, absolutely, 1,000%.
Yeah.
The only difference is the Lakers have a
championship,
a big time,
Lots of them.
prestigious, history of winning.
Yeah.
And Dallas has like a 2-year to 4-year span where they
had
were really good.
In the 90s they were crushing it, but since then it's been like off and on.
But the opera and the soap opera has been
always
there.
been
It's
there
been
since
there
Jerry Jones.
ever since, right? So I have to feel like at this point, like they know that what their moneymaker is, which is to be on TV. Like on a lot of sports shows, the Dallas Cowboys are talked about on every episode,
all the time,
regardless of if they're having a good season or not.
Right.
And I feel like Jerry Jones kind of likes that, so they're willing to have their contract negotiations public. And Micah Parsons demanding a trade, I think, is his power play. I don't think that he's going to get traded, though.
If he got traded, what would they get in return? You'd get so many players in
I've looked
return.
at some examples, and none of it's good. I'm like, they have to keep him.
Yeah, you have to.
Because
trades
you're getting like
never worth it.
maybe a first-round pick and a couple second-round picks.
Well, the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill for a first round and like 2 third rounds, and that was a very valuable.
That was good for them.
It was.
See, and I'd actually be fine with it. I'm a Cowboy fan that believes that we're not going to win, not just because of Jerry Jones, but some because of him, because when you have Dak Prescott, who wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, when you have CeeDee Lamb, who wants to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league, and then you have Micah Parsons, who wants to be the highest paid defensive player in the history of the league. How are you going to make a competitive team with the rest of the...
I know.
So
when
you're going to have to part
like
ways
quarterbacks
with one of these super expensive guys. To me, it would have to be Micah Parsons because he's the only one that's not... You already signed the other two. And his on the field production is
not quite as good as it was.
It's not as good as it was for him to be demanding to be the highest paid player in football and defensive football player history. I just don't. But again, trade values, and you're not going to get back what he means.
Well,
to the
I mean, if
Cowboys,
you get draft picks, then like you're getting a draft. You're never guaranteed to get anything from those draft picks.
Exactly.
You know, so those draft picks, like as great as it is, like the reason why people trade draft picks for players is because they know what they're getting. They know that, you know, that one player, who he is and what he's been doing for years.
Right.
So
it's always a crapshoot. And to me, it's weird even in business. The business of football is so different because you can have these public negotiations and disputes, and then if they sign tomorrow, all that goes away.
I know. Chris
It'd
Jones,
almost be like if you and Dan, our producer, were going at it, and you're like, you know what? I quit.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. I'm going to a competitor, and then we're like, oh, hey, you know what? Let's just sign here, and then now we're back to business as usual.
I'm not super into that kind of relationship.
I
dated a few women that are a little bit like that. wasn't very good.
I think it's all for news. With Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones, it's all for
Major League Baseball. Well, I want to cover this real quick.
Man.
The trade deadline just happened, and it was insane. And my team, you know, so Jared was saying that that the Arizona team, the Diamondbacks, the Serpents,
Serpientes.
You know, they traded a lot of good players, and they traded them to the Mariners, but a lot of those only had 1 year left on their contract, and they got a lot of really good young players. So
Genio's just going back home, 'cause that's where he was before Arizona.
So
that's where he came from. So he was right back to his team.
And as a Mariners fan, I do believe that the apocalypse is coming. If the Mariners
might be your ticket to the ALCS,
so
the World Series.
So this is it. So if the Blazers and the Mariners also win championships, we've already knocked out the Chiefs and the Seahawks. So once my Mount Rushmore of teams all win, who knows what's going to happen? So
speaking of Blazers,
you got some time on the Blazers.
Blazers,
they're awful.
The daughter of Paul Allen, she's getting ready to sell them.
Sister.
She's getting ready to sell them. So
Portland.
They're going to be up for sale here.
Dude,
were they going Vegas?
Who knows? Probably. I am so disappointed.
They're not
if I told you how disappointed
I am in the
basketball
whole
team
situation,
man.
And that's the growing.
That's the hub.
That's the hub right now.
They're going to send a team to Seattle, and they're going to take that team from Portland. They're going to put them someplace else. Is what I expect. And honestly, like Portland is not the city that it used to be, so I'm almost like,
really?
Oh, shoot, I'd rather have a team in Tucson than in Portland. Seriously, it's like you cannot walk through Portland safely anymore, so what's the point of having a team?
Wild.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, Major League Baseball, basketball, Mariners got really good. So,
well,
and the Arizona Cardinals will be back next year.
Player got traded in the middle of a game in the Yankees versus Rays. I mean, that's how crazy
insane.
the trade deadline went
walks
this
across.
week. Walks across to the
takes his bat over to the next team, puts number 13 on or whatever it is.
Baseball is so different. I mean, it's
totally
so different than the other sports. Although that has happened before. I mean, I've seen even guys in the NBA or NFL guys. You see sometimes they get traded like during the game.
Yeah, but then they like take their pads off.
Yeah,
like,
or they're just sitting on the end of the bench and they found out they got traded. But no, I've never seen somebody get traded in the middle of a game to the team that they're playing against.
That was something that was new to me.
You know what that is? That's playground baseball.
Yeah,
that's like, you know what? You go to this team and give us him. We're going to make this a little more even.
You know, we're going to start a professional dodgeball and kickball team here pretty soon. So just keeping you...
Wow.
We're going to go back to the traditional old school stuff just because that's where I'm coming from. Anyway, thanks again to our sponsors, Seniors Helping Seniors Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, ALLO Fiber, Eagle Plumbing, and Fyzical Balance Center. Are you kidding me? That's how many sponsors.
Got through it.
They love us.
He got through it.
No
Good job.
Hey, man. As long as everything's spelled correctly, I can kind of zoom. If I got a freewheeler,
Thank you so much to our sponsors for sure, though.
Dude, that we're stacking sponsors. That these people care about these kids enough to put their money where their mouth is. That's the way I see this. Is like each one of these sponsors is saying that we love these kids enough to make sure that this show happens for them. And, you know, we're going to do all their highlights and all that stuff. So
tune in next week.
That's a great point.
Tune in with us next week for more football season previews. As we said, we were going to go be out there in the field, getting interviews with everybody here All Cochise County football season has arrived. We're going to be giving you top coverage of all these coaches, ADs, and all they're going to be offering this year. And we're not just talking about varsity football. We're going to be covering flag,
volleyball.
We're going to be covering youth football sometimes, possibly, and volleyball and all that fun stuff. So everything that we want to be able to offer, we will give it to you at Cool FM Live. So
I want to add one more thing before we send it off to all the people watching out there, fans out there. You're a fan of a player or a specific team, and that's probably why you're watching. You want to see your favorite player or your nephew, your son, daughter, whatever, compete. And then the other people in your community want to see that too. So just like Jon shouted out our sponsors, it's that are putting, like as we see here, the logo, Physical Therapy and Balance Center. We got to support these businesses.
Yeah.
They're doing their part.
These are local businesses.
We have to support these businesses. So when we talk about seniors helping seniors, we talk about Physical Balance Center, we talk about Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, and also ALLO Fiber. Think of these names as, like Jon said, these are companies and businesses that are putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to supporting the youth sports in Cochise County. So we want to keep that in mind when we're looking for a remodeling service. When we're looking for plumbing, we're going to hit up Eagle Plumbing. When we looking for internet service and stuff, we're going to call ALLO Fiber and things like that. The other call out for those watching, listening, if you have a video of your son, daughter doing something amazing, you have an amazing highlight, send it to us. Our producer Dan can chop it up and make it a nominee for our top plays of the week. We cover all these games, but sometimes maybe you have a better angle or better shot, or maybe you're at a game that we just happen to not cover that sport or whatever. And if it's a great play, send it and we'll make sure we highlight it here on the show.
And we're good. And we also
want to give them that
Dan at coolfmonline.com. Send him those videos and those highlights. And also, we were talking off camera before, we want to start putting in a little new plug here on our show with some sports trivia. So if you want to send us a sports trivia question, bringing it from intermediate to very
I would say
difficult.
medium difficulty. Hard.
We'll go intermediate to hard. Send that also to Dan at coolfmonline.com. You have some good and we'll shout out whoever it is that gives us the sports trivia question. Once or two, 1 to 2 questions a week.
Let's keep it to the major 4 sports.
Please,
of
course,
for the love of.
And try to keep it modern era. I would say.
Hey, I know
nothing
NFL.
In the 1800s.
Oh, I can go all the way back. But when it comes to football, I can go.
Let's go back to the 80s to now.
I got all
say
that.
80s to now, maybe.
80s. I can do 80s to now. Please, please, 80s and up. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Cool FM Live Sports Show. We'll be back next week with more guests, more action, more highlights. Thank you to Jared Young. Thank you to Coach Baker. Thank you
what a fun show
to
today.
Julian. Oh, I had a great
fun.
time. Thank you to Dan, the man over there. I'm Jon Berger.
Shout out to Julian. We'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks for listening and checking in. Have a great week. We'll see you next week, Cochise County.